played an exceptionally strong first half. Twice, they had to overcome 5-point UCLA leads, and they played magnificently on defense. As a result, Indiana did not have to make many adjustments at halftime.
At the halftime, we cautioned our players to try and come out as tough as they could to begin the second half. I've always felt that the most important segment of any ball game is the first 5 minutes of the game, and then secondly is the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Early in the second half, Indiana opened up a 12-point lead on Quinn Buckner's driving layup. Without question, Bobby Knight was delighted.
Our offense in the UCLA game was a little bit different than it was in most previous ball games throughout the course of the season. Scott May was being very, very closely defended against and was not able to get a great number of scoring opportunities. Quinn Buckner did a great job for us in the first half. He hit a couple of jump shots against the UCLA zone. He took the ball to the basket. He handled the ball extremely well. We got pretty good scoring throughout the course of the ball game from Kent Benson. And I think one of the really important things in the ball game for us was Bobby Wilkerson rebounding. From the very beginning to the very end of the ball game, Bobby played the boards, I thought, better than anybody in the game.
That's for sure. Watch number 20 closely as he soars, pulling down rebound after rebound with those long arms. Against UCLA, Wilkerson dominated the boards. He got 11 rebounds in the first half, finished the game with a high of 19. Equally as powerful and effective on both the offensive and defensive boards. Here, Wilkinson misses a shot, battles for the rebound, and then scores. He's fouled. And that just about clinches it. A three-point play, giving the Hoosiers their biggest lead of the game, 45-32. As the game progressed, UCLA did manage to catch fire. They cut the margin to 48-42 with a little bit over 8 minutes to go. So Indiana called timeout, and Bobby Knight describes what happened in the big play that followed.
We really didn't do anything very difficult at the timeout or very intricate. We just talked about maintaining our lead and going from there and trying to increase it a little bit so we could have some room going down to the wire. And I think one of the really key offensive plays, if not the key offensive play in the ball game, occurred at this point when Tom Abernathy made a great baseline drive to the basket, putting the ball in to increase our lead again to 8 or 10 points.
No doubt about that. It was a crucial play of the game. The score, once again, Indiana 48, UCLA 42. The Bruins had momentum. They were shooting 42% from the field compared to 30%, a cool 30 for Indiana. Watch this play develop now. Slowly, the Hoosiers work the ball. Abernathy just gets a step on his man at the baseline, and he's got it. And unfortunately, on that play, Abernathy injured himself. So off the bench came number 45, Jim Cruz, a 6'5" senior from Norma, Illinois. Indiana always had good bench strength all year long, and Cruz certainly proved it in the final minutes. As you can see, Indiana goes into the delay game, and it was Cruz who directed the Hoosiers down the stretch. Here he's trying to set up Kent Benson. And just watch this pass. He rifles into Benson, who is all alone underneath the basket. There it is. Only a few seconds remained as UCLA brought the ball down court for the last time. The Hoosiers had stopped the Bruins cold. UCLA would not be in the finals for only the second time in the past decade. It was a total team effort for the Hoosiers. Indiana had used only 6 players against UCLA, and each really contributed. Benson, May, Abernathy, Buckner all scored in double figures. Wilkerson had 19 rebounds. And credit Jimmy Cruz with some flawless ball handling. Having disposed of UCLA, the stage was now set. Monday, March 29th, Philadelphia Spectrum, Indiana against Michigan for the NCAA championship. The Michigan Wolverines, coached by Johnny Orr, had advanced to the big game by snapping Rutgers' 31-game winning streak. They beat the Scarlet Knights by 16 points in the semifinals. Twice during the regular Big Ten season, Indiana had beaten Michigan in close games, once in overtime. Never before had 2 teams from the Big Ten played for the NCAA basketball championship. To Bobby Wilkerson, a senior from Anderson, Indiana, it was more than just another game.
Everybody was really looking forward to coming in this game and, doing the best that we could, because we knew this is, especially the 5 seniors, our last chance to show ourselves, and it could be, well, no doubt about it, it was the most important game in our, in our college career.
waited 2 years for this moment. Knight and the Hoosiers had come close a year ago. They won their first 31 games and then suffered a 92-90 loss to Kentucky in the Mid-East Regional. Some say Indiana could have beaten Kentucky and gone on to win the national championship had Scott May not played with his broken left arm in a cast. Be that as it was, Indiana now had another chance. And here the Hoosiers were introduced for the final time. Number 42, Scott May, 33, Abernathy, 54, Benson, 21, Buckner, 20, Wilkerson. And now the thoughts of Coach Bobby Knight.
We knew that a very important thing for us would be to combat the Michigan speed, and actually the quickness of the Michigan team, probably one of the quickest teams I've seen play college basketball, was something that we had been faced with throughout a number of games prior to this one.
Sure enough, the Wolverines struck like lightning, running right from the start of the game. Watch this fast break. Number 45, John Robinson, passes to speedster Ricky Green. He beats everybody down court to score on an easy layup. And now pay close attention to this next play. Number 32 of Michigan, Wayman Britt. They head down court. After he shoots, his elbow accidentally smashes into the left temple of number 20, Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson dropped to the court, unconscious.
Well, I just remember, turning on a fast break and getting hit, and that was it. Me and Quinn was back, and he was on one side and I was on the other. And I turned as, Wayman Britt was going to shoot. And I got hit, and that's all I remember for a couple of days.
As we can see close up, Wilkerson had been knocked cold. He lay motionless under the Michigan basket for a long time, more than 5 heart-stopping minutes. Fear quickly spread through the crowd of more than 17,000 people in the Spectrum. Wilkerson definitely appeared seriously injured. His teammates were visibly worried, so were the Michigan players. Now a healthy Bobby Wilkerson can recall his thoughts.
And it's kind of like I was dreaming, and I wasn't sure. The next day when I woke up, I kept asking everybody, did we win? And it didn't seem for real, just I guess because I was unconscious.
Wilkerson's injury undoubtedly affected the play of the Hoosiers. Bobby Knight encouraged his players, but Michigan immediately took advantage of the situation, increasing the lead from 2 to 8 points in the next 5 minutes. Indiana, trailing 18-10, called a timeout to regroup. Following the timeout, Indiana played like a different team, starting with this beautiful Quinn Buckner pass to Kent Benson for the layup. Buckner also sets up the next basket. Passing off to Tom Abernathy. He makes it, and he was fouled, making it a 3-point play. Indiana's coming on strong. Scott May's jump shot cuts Michigan's lead to 18-17. And the action was frantic. Benson passing to Buckner. And he scores on this twisting shot, and Indiana leads 23-20. Johnny Orr obviously upset. But Michigan did not give up. On this play, number 30, Steve Grody steals an inbound pass. Ricky Green hits it. Michigan is ahead 31-27. Indiana comes right back. Number 45, Jim Cruz, passes to Benson. And he scores on his famous sweeping hook shot. The Hoosiers trail by 2, 31-29.